Tonight is our celebration of Irish heritage. I'd like to draw your attention first to emergency exits. So we have exits at the back of the podium, and we have exits on either side of the stage. We're not going to use them. The restrooms are located in the hall. They're handicap accessible restrooms to the right. There's a ladies' room over to the left, and there's another men's room down the hall and around the head. And I'd also like to ask you, at this time, if you would turn off or silence your cell phones. If you're able, would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This museum was founded in 1994, and it was expanded from one room to 9 rooms and all showcases you see in the hallway. Also, it is the only school-based museum in the entire country. We're lucky to have it in our community. I'd like to offer some special thanks, first to the RGO custodial staff. Without them, none of this happened. Also to the Board of Education, the museum directors, our security staff, our interns, and of course, our performers this evening. We have a number of other Heritage Night events coming throughout the year. Irish Night is the first event of the 2024-2025 school year. Coming in October will be Italian Night, I believe that's the 18th. Asian Night, this will be the second time with sort of a Shinyu type show. And they'll be featuring many Asian cultures. That will be on November 15th. In January, American Night, we have a swing band, and we have a young Sinatra-style crooner. Who'll be here on the 24th. I believe the 28th of February is African American Night. We're still working on the entertainment with the past couple of years. We've had an amazing jazz band. Not only performs, but talks about the history of jazz. In March, this is Hispanic Night. We should have the Moonflower back. They are an amazing Santana cover band. April features Polynesian Night, and May is Greek Night. I'd also like to invite you to visit our website. We also have a Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. I will mention that tonight's show, like all of our shows starting January 2024, are being recorded and they will be edited and posted up on our website. So if you want to see this show again, please come and visit our website. We do have an events calendar on our website, however, it is currently not working. We're working hard to get that back up and running. And if you have an opportunity, I would like to invite you to visit the Irish Heritage Showcase down at the end of the hall. It was put together by our museum directors and interns. Please don't look. So now, I'd like you to all sit back and enjoy the show. And here's your host, Brian Clancy.
Good evening. It's my distinct honor this evening to welcome you on behalf of the AOH and LAOH members of Division 3 here in Smithtown. We represent all of Smithtown, but we do run our operations out of Kings Park. Anyone in the audience who is not a member and is Irish and Catholic could see us after the meeting if you'd be interested in becoming a member. He mentioned that this is the Leo P. Ostebo group. Well, Leo was an associate member of AOH Division 3, and even though only honorary, I know Leo took it as a big honor. So it's great that it's being held this evening in this room, named for such a great King's Parker as Leo. Without any further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ed Bryan, who is a Hibernian himself down in Division 2 in Babylon.
All sound check, putting that microphone to my left. And 2 seconds. All that work. Hello there. I'm sure you're wondering why I've asked you all to come here tonight. I'm going to read the will. Oh wait, wrong crowd. All right. Irish night. I'm going to sing some songs and I hope you sing along if you know the words. If you don't know the words, please don't sing along. That's very confusing for those sitting next to you, especially. But here's, get our blood pumping and see how much we know. This one's called Whiskey in the Jar. And I promise you, there isn't. But I promise you, I wish. As I was going over the Barton Harry Mountain, I met the Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, I then produced my great crusade. Standing here before you are my Lord receiver, much stronger. Right over daddy-o, right over daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now usually when I play this song for Irish crowds, they do a clap that goes, whack for the pop, 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 whack for the daddy-o, pop, pop. I bet you guys can do that. Now that I can't sing it, make all the faces you want. You know what I'm talking about? Put something in the middle, pop, 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 back for the daddy-o, pop, pop, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I'll expect that every time. Now I forgot where I was in the story. Where was I in this song? I was rocking the daddy-o? That sounds terrible. Something Diddy do to get in jail. Let's keep this clean. You got Barton Harry Mountain as well. Back to Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, I then produced my witness. Standing to deliver for you are my Lord receiver, push on river. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in his jar. He counted out his money and gave me a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I gave it to my Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me. But I never take no women for their candies in the trouble. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. But I do it every time. Well, I went into my chamber for to take a cylinder, a jug of golden jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny took my charges and filled them up with water. Sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. The trumpet back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning before I rose to travel. The guards were all around me, and likewise Captain Farrell. I then produced my pistol, for she stole away my rapier, so that I couldn't shoot no water. So the prisoner I was taken was shot into the battle. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. You didn't see it coming, or you're losing luster. I'm with you. Now if anyone can aid me, it's me. big brother in the army. I think that he is stationed in Fort Rican Army. And if he'd come and join me, we'd go roving in Kilkenny. I swear he'd treat me fairer than my darling's Morton Jenny was from the brother. Sparkle the radio, there's whiskey in the shower. Well, you gotta sit through one more verse. It's like the longest song I've ever sung. Now some men take delight in fishing or in boating. Others take delight in the carriage of the road. But I take delight in the treats of the party and putting pretty girls in the morning right early for something. Whack over the radio, there's whiskey in the shower. Whack over the radio, there's whiskey in the shower. Oh, and you remember the clap at the end too. That's the most important part. Thanks very much. Lovely to be here. Gesundheit, or whatever that noise was. Okay. We're going to do some traditional Irish tunes and some contemporary Irish tunes. Contemporary means in the last 100 years, pretty much. Here's a traditional tune that everyone who grew up in Irish Catholic or Irish American, I should say, and Catholic, in this country with their ancestors come from Ireland. We had a couple of records. Like my grandmother was from Donegal, and my grandfather. Oh, thank you very much. You know my grandmother? Oh, Donegal. Gotcha. I really think you'd know her. But we all grew up with household records of Irish party tunes, and this was a big one. It's called the Black Velvet Band. Again, if you want to sing along, please do. And many's an hour of sweet happiness I spent in that meek little town. Till a sad misfortune came o'er me, which caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations, to follow the Black Velvet Band. Whoa, her eyes, they shone like a diamond. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. As I was out strolling one evening, not meaning to go very far, when I met with this fickle-some damsel. She was selling her trade at the bar. When I watched, she took from a customer and slipped it right into my hand. And the law came and put me in prison and locked to her Black Velvet Band. Whoa, her eyes, they shone like a diamond. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Next morning before judge and jury, for trial I was to appear. And the judge, he said, my young fellow, the case against you is quite clear. And in 7 long years transportation, you're headed for Van Diemen's land, far away from your friends and relations, follow the Black Velvet Band. Her eyes, they shone like a diamond. You think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. is a warning with me. And whenever you're out on the liquor, my lads, beware of your pretty cunning. For she'll fill you with whiskey and porter till you are not able to stand. And the very next thing that you know, my lads, you've landed on Ballyman's land. Our eyes, they shone like a diamond. You wish she was 3,000 rand. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up in a black velvet band. Yes, her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up in a black velvet band. I give whistling lessons if you need. I come to your house, you come to mine, but you gotta bring your own equipment. I don't rent out. Ah, lovely. Black Velvet Band. I remember that album. Like I said, my grandparents were from Donegal. My mother was the oldest of 7. My father was the youngest of 7, and my mother and father were 7 years apart. He was older than her. So we had relatives from 100 to 2, and they were all cousins. First cousins of mine, 100 to 2 years old. My grandmother was a lovely woman with a lilting voice, a lovely lilting Irish voice. That's how we used to know what we were talking about grandma. When we would go, who's coming over? Oh, I know who it is, it's grandma. They came over from Donegal separately. My grandmother and my grandfather both grew up in the same village, and they met in Brooklyn. It's a typical story. Didn't connect till they were over here, as did many people, as you know, when everyone came over from since the mid-1800s, after the potato famine, drove people out in droves. That's redundant, but it did. And we went all over the world. The Irish did, and mostly to America, and mostly right here to New York. And there's a great song about that written by Terrence Finch. Maybe you know it. It's called "When New York Was Irish." You want to sing it with me? Sandhog. It mentions here that we built all the bridges and we played all the tunes. My grandfather literally did build the tunnels and the bridges here. I'm very proud of that. When I sing you a song of days long ago, when the people from Galway and the County Mayo and all over Ireland came over to stay, take up a new life in America. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad to grow old in the new world, the good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the keys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joys and heartbreaks. Well, we worked on the subways, we ran the saloons, we built all the bridges, we played all the tunes. We put out the fires and controlled City Hall. We started with nothing and wound up with it all. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad to grow old in the new world, the good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, days and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joys and heartbreaks. Well, you can travel from Kingsbridge to Queens or Midtown, from High Bridge to Bay Bridge, from uptown to down, from the east side to the seaside, sweet summer scenes. We made New York City our island of dreams. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad to grow old in the new world, the good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the keys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joys and heartbreaks. photos, now brittle with time, and the people I cherished when the city was mine. And oh, how I loved all those radiant smiles, how I longed for the days when we danced in the aisle. They weren't ever so happy, they were ever so sad, to go in the new world through the times and back. All the parties and weddings, the keys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joys and heartbreaks. When New York was Irish, full of joys and heartbreaks. Well, thank you very much. It's very kind. I can't see anybody, so I figured maybe it's 20 people here. It sounds great. Make it sound like 21. Speaking of bad jokes, when the Irish came over here with the traditions of music, culture, nice fine beer and stout, and the worst jokes you ever heard. And I love them. They're just terrible, stupid jokes. Stupid jokes. I'm allowed to say that. They're stupid jokes. Because the main character is stupid. His name is Murphy. He's always Murphy. And every joke gets a Murphy joke. Murphy, there he is. Murphy's out in the woods, and he sees another fella coming out of the forest with a sack over his back. He says, "What have you got in the sack?" The fella says, "I've got ducks. I've been duck hunting, I gotta feed the family." Murphy says, "Oh, I gotta feed the family too. I've got no ducks at all. I'll tell you what, I'll strike you a bargain. If I can guess how many ducks you got in that sack, will you give me one?" The other fella says, "Ah, Murphy, you think you're so clever. If you can guess how many ducks I've got in this sack, I'll give you both of them." And Murphy says, "3?" Murphy gets caught in an armed robbery. The judge dismisses the case, finds there's not enough evidence, and Murphy says, "Does that mean I get to keep the money?" Murphy's wife, he asked his wife, "What would you like for Christmas?" She said, "Oh, Murphy, anything with diamonds and it would be lovely." So he bought her a deck of cards. The next year she says, "Murphy, listen closely. Nothing would make me happier than diamonds." So he got her nothing. He'll get it on the way home. Murphy's wife says, "What do you love best about me, Murphy? My beautiful face and my sexy body." He said, "Your sense of humor." She says, "Ah, Murphy, when you die, I'm going to dance on your grave." He says, "I hope you do. I'm going to be buried at sea." His wife got him a Christmas present of a beautiful fountain pen. He brought it back to the store. He says, "I want to return it." They said, "What's the matter? Does it leak?" He said, "No, it can't bloody spell." Spell. Murphy and his wife are shocked. If you've heard these jokes before, I'm doing it for the camera now. These are the poor folks at home. Won't you give generously for the Jerry Lewis Telethon if I tell these jokes for the folks at home? Murphy and his wife are Christmas shopping. They bought so many gifts he can't even see out the back of the window, but he realizes he's getting pulled over by the cops. He says, "What's the matter, officer? Was I speeding?" They said, "Murphy, are you dumb? Did you not notice your wife fell out of the car a mile back?" He says, "Oh, thank God, I thought I'd gone deaf." Gone. She came home from the doctor. She's in a great mood. He says, "What are you in such a great mood for?" She says, "Oh, I've been to the doctor. Oh, the doctor told me I had the face of a 25-year-old. He said I had the skin tone of a 30-year-old. He said I had the body of a 35-year-old. He said, "Yeah, what did he say about your 65-year-old ass?" He said, "Your name never came up." I think I told that wrong. You gotta laugh. Should have said but. Here's a song that is not a contemporary song. I mean, let's take that back. It's not a traditional song. It is a contemporary song, as it was written in the last 60 years or so. I know that because it mentions the name Kennedy Airport, and that only became Kennedy in 1964, early 64, late 63. So this song had to be written after that. It's by the Wolf Tones, I believe. It's a beautiful beautiful song dedicated to all NYPD officers and first responders and firefighters everywhere, past, present, and future. It's called The Streets of New York. I was 18 years old when I set out from Dublin with a fistful of money and a carload of dreams. Take your time, said my father, stop rushing like hell, and remember all's not what it seems to be. For the sailors will judge you for the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. So take care, me young bucko, and mind yourself well, and would you give this sweet note to me, brother? At the time, Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn. My father, the youngest, looked after the farm. When a phone call from America said send the lad over, and the old fella said she couldn't do any harm. For I spent my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. And maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see. You can bring it back home, make it easy on me. So I landed at Kennedy, and a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. Oh, my poor heart was pumping around with excitement, and I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the shore partway through the flatlands of Brooklyn to my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, and I sang her as free as a bird. Well, to shorten the story, what I found out that day was Benji got shot down in an Uptown parade. And then while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city morgue. Well, I burned up the old fella, told him the news. I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes. And he wept as he told me, go ahead with your plan, and not to forget, be a proud Irishman. So I went down to Nellie's beside Fordham Road, and I started to learn about lifting the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year were the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home in December 'cause the old fella died. I had to borrow the money from a fella on the side. And all the bright flowers and grass couldn't hide the pale wasted face of my father. I sold off the old farmyard for what it was worth, and into me bag stuck a handful of earth. And I boarded a train, and I caught me a plane, and I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. My kids know to use the correct knife and fork, but I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I came the boys are fighting over. Knock in the door and ring at the bell and tell me true long are you well? Out she comes as wet as snow, rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Oh, honey girl, he says she died, she doesn't get the bell with the golden eye. I tell me now, when I go home, boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my coat, that's all right, then I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of my city. She's a gorgeous, 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who she is? And the wind and the rain and the hail go high, and the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as fine as apple pie, she'll get her own all by and by. When she finds a lad of her own, she won't turn them up when she comes home. And them all commands they wear, it's out of the movie she loves still. I tell you mine, and I know the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, stole my coat, my soul, till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the better of I say. She's a gorgeous, 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Ah, she is handsome, she is pretty, she's the better of I say. She's a gorgeous, 1, 2, 3, ah, please won't you tell me who is she? Quick jaunty tune. You know who enjoys a quick jaunty tune? My friend Murphy. Did I tell you about Murphy yet? Not the brightest bulb. Can't see. Don't look right into the light. And if you do look into the light, don't enter it. I'll stay on this side of the curtain, then we'll. Oh yeah, Murphy and his drinking problem. Well, he's got some buddies, and they lead him onto it. And they do like to go out drinking all the time. In fact, they have a game that they play. Murphy and his 2 buddies, they go through a cemetery with flasks, and they spread out. And when someone comes across a tombstone where someone lived a nice long age, they call out the name, and they call out the number of how many years he lived, and then they all toast. So there they are staggering through the cemetery one afternoon, and one of them, I've got one over here. Oh, what's the name? Well, he goes, what is it? He goes, 92. They go, oh, 92. What's the name? O'Cleary. Oh, here's for O'Cleary, 92. They stagger out a little bit. One of them, I've got one over here. What do you got? 95. 95. What's the name? Callahan. Oh, Callahan, 95. Murphy. Oh, fellas, you won't believe this one. 145. 145? What's the name? Miles from Dublin. I'll wait. Murphy and his buddies are sitting around the bar, they're drinking, they're all complaining that they think their wives are cheating on them. One fella says, I think my wife is cheating on me with a plumber. He said, why do you say that? I found a plunger by the bed. Ooh. One fella says, I think my wife is cheating on me with an electrician. So why do you say that? I found a pair of wire cutters on the bureau. Ooh. Murphy says, I think my wife is cheating on me with a racehorse. He said, what? Why do you think your wife is cheating on you with a racehorse? The other day I found a jockey under my bed. It's for the cameras. Will no one play to the cameras? Who will save the children? Murphy moves away. He goes to a different part of the country and he sets up a new life for himself. Goes in to check out the local pub, walks up to the bartender and says, I'll have 3 pints of Guinness, please. You think that's pretty unusual. He's by himself, but they give him the 3 pints of Guinness and maybe he's waiting for somebody else. He takes the 3 and he goes into a corner at a table and lines them up next to each other. Takes a sip out of the first, takes a sip out of the middle, takes a sip out of the third. Keeps doing it like that till all 3 glasses are empty at the same time. People are noticing, they think it's kind of odd. He's the new guy in town. He walks up again and says, I'll have 3 more pints of Guinness. They say, stranger. He goes, the name's Murphy. Well, Murphy, welcome to town. Just so you know, we're not going to run out if that's what you're worried about. We'll back you up. If once you're getting low, I'll have another one. He goes, no, no, no. I just moved away from home to a different part of the world, as did me 2 brothers. We all went all over the world. We promised each other, since we may never see each other again, that when one goes out drinking, he drinks for all 3. I said, oh. Well, isn't that crime? And Murphy goes on about his tradition. A year goes by, everyone knows Murphy and what he does. He comes in one night and he says, I'll have 2 pints of Guinness, please. I give him the 2 pints of Guinness, he goes over, sits them next to each other, boom, 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 all the way down till they're drinking evenly. He goes back, I'll have 2 more. They say, Murphy, these are on us, me and the boys. We just want to say we're sorry and we want to say condolences and we're sorry for your loss. And he says, I'm sorry, I don't understand. And he points to the guy and says, well, I see one of your brothers. He goes, me brothers, oh, bless your soul. No, me brothers are fine. I've just been to the doctor. He told me I got to stop drinking. Murphy's sitting at the bar. His glass is empty. Bartender walks in and goes, would you like another? Murphy goes, don't be stupid. What would I do with 2 empty glasses? But I'll play some. Well, since I'm doing all these drinking jokes, here's a song I wrote. It's called The Drinking Song, and it goes like this. Well, I'm just a drinker. I drink all the time. I drink Irish whiskey. I drink beer and wine. And I drink and I drink and I drink without care. If you can't find me drunk, I'm out drinking somewhere. But I drink with my breakfast, and I drink with my lunch. I drink before dinner, and right after brunch. I drink when I'm thirsty, I drink when I'm not, and I'll drink you right out of whatever you've got. 'Cause I'm just a drinker, I drink all the time. I drink Irish whiskey, I drink beer and wine. And I drink and I drink and I drink without care. If you can't find me drunk, I'm out drinking somewhere. But I drink when I'm working, and I drink when I'm bored. I drink with the devil, but we drink to the Lord. I drink every evening, I drink every morn, and they say I was drinking before I was born. But my mom was a drinker, she drank all the time. She sent down some whiskey, she sent down some wine. Now I drink and I drink and I drink without care. If you can't find me drunk, I'm out drinking somewhere. Well, now I drink here and there, and I drink now and then. I've been drinking so much that I'm sober again. I'm told I should quit, and here's what I say. I'll stop drinking tomorrow, but it's always today. I drink all the time. I drink Irish whiskey, I drink beer and wine. I drink and I drink and I drink without care. If you can't find me drunk, I'm out drinking somewhere. Yes, I drink and I drink and I drink without care. If you can't find me drunk, I'm out drinking somewhere. True story. About to break into song, I need a little help. I'd like to do a beautiful song for you now, as opposed to that last piece of crap that I wrote. And it's a song written by Tommy Makem, from the Clancy Brothers. It's Tommy Makem, and he wrote a beautiful song called 4 Green Fields. Into agriculture. This song, I heard this song many times before I realized what it was about. So just for anyone who doesn't know what it's about, because it's all spoken in metaphors, it speaks of a fine old woman. A fine old woman is the main character, and that old woman represents Ireland herself as a whole. The fine old woman has 4 green fields, which is if you divide any land into 4 fields and you rotate the crops, rotate the crops. You need the crop to grow the crops, and then you rotate the crops. But so there would be 4 sections, and in this case, there are strangers, and they are the British. Strangers come in to take one of the 4 green fields, which is Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, in case you do not know, Ireland is made of 32 counties, just as the United States is made of 50 states. Out of the 32 counties, 6 of them, up in Northern Ireland, are under British rule. And that's why the division, and if you see that bumper sticker anywhere, you see the bumper sticker that says 26 plus 6 equals 1, that's not bad math. That's not we don't have the school system over that one. It's an Irish mathematic equation, meaning the 26 counties, when they're reunited with the 6 that are under British rule, will be one nation again. And this song talks about that in metaphors, and it's a very hopeful song, as well as it is a tragic song. It's called 4 Green Fields. Said the fine old woman, what did I have? This proud old woman did say I had 4 green fields, and each one was a jewel. Two strangers came and tried to take them from me. I had 5 strong sons who fought to save my jewels. They fought and they died, and that was my grief, said she. A long time ago, said the fine old woman. A long time ago, this proud old woman did say there was war and death, plundering and pillage. My children starved by mountain, valley, and sea, and their wailing cries, they shook the very heavens, and my 4 green fields ran red with their blood, said she. What have I now? Said the fine old woman. What bit. I don't want to tell, I'm afraid to tell the same long jokes as I told them last year, so I don't want to get into the big long ones. Although there is one of my favorites. I gotta tell my favorite. All right, Murphy and his buddy, they work in the factory. They've been working there a long time. They noticed lately that the foreman has been taking a 2-hour lunch, which is not fair. Everyone else gets 45 minutes, but he's the boss. Who can tell him? So Murphy gets an idea. He says, hey, when the boss takes a lunch break, one of us take a 2-hour lunch, the other guy keep an eye on things, and just get back before the boss. I would switch every other day. Great idea, Murphy. So the next day comes, they see the foreman goes off to lunch. Murphy says, I'll go first. He lives nearby. Maybe I'll go home. I'm going to have a sandwich. Maybe I'll even take a nap. I'll be back within 2 hours. He drives his car to his house. He gets out, he goes into the house, and he hears rumbling noises from the bedroom. He tiptoes over and looks in, and sure enough, there's the foreman and Mrs. Murphy. Murphy's outraged. He runs out the house. He gets in his car, tries back to work, runs to his partner. The partner sees the panic in Murphy's face. He says, Murphy, what's wrong? He says, I almost got caught. It's for the people at home. They've heard. Will you send $10 and buy me new jokes for next year? Go to the tote board, Gary. Here's a song everybody knows. It's called The Wild Rover. And there's some clapping in this too, right? Okay, are we going to do the old 4-2-1 system? All right, there's 4 claps followed by 2 claps followed by 1. You remember that because it's not 5-1-6, it's not 6-3-1, it's 4-2-1. How easy could it be? She ran me the wild rover for many years a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. I still never. No, they never, no more will I play the wild rover. I didn't even have to tell him to do anything. That was awesome. I went to an ale house I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit. She answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I could have any day. I was no never. No, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never. I took from my pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke so low, we just got this broken never. No, they never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never. Okay, left side, you gotta tighten up a little bit. That was a little sloppy. Go ahead. I went to my palace, confess what I've done, and I asked that they pardon me their prodigal son. And if they forgive me, as oft time before, sure I never will play the wild rover no more. I surely never. No, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never. One more time. I just know they never. No, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never. The biddies came knocking on Mrs. Murphy's door. They said, Murphy's out in the middle of broad daylight chasing young girls. She says, I don't care. I said, did you not hear what we said? It's disgusting. He's in the middle of the broad daylight chasing young girls. She says, I don't care. Dogs chase cars. That doesn't mean they can drive them. he came home drunk and amorous. He said, "Oh, I want to make love to you in the worst way." She says, "You already do." One less thing. All right, I got to do this song because if I don't, I will get stronger. So this is Danny Boy, and if you don't know Danny Boy, we all know the tune, but it took many years to figure out what they were talking about. To be honest with you, it's a very simple story about a young man being called off to war. That's who Danny is. This is back in the times before there was telephones and before there was telegraphs or whatever. They would send out the call to arms was bagpipes, just like smoke signals and things like that. Different tunes would mean different things. And when the pipes were calling, Danny had to go. And this song is from the parents' point of view. That's where the whole point of view of this song comes from. The mother or the father, depending on who's singing the song. That's the beauty of the universal meaning of Danny Boy. It can be sung by any gender and it still has all the impact of a parent. And so this is Danny being called off to war, and they say you have to go, be careful, and when you do, come back to us, and please, by all means, come back to us. And when you do, if we are no longer here, go to where we are lying and say a prayer. And that's the entire song. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go, and I must hide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am mine, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear and I shall sleep in peace until you come. Thanks very much. You know who does a great Danny boy? Murphy. Murphy, now he does. He goes out to, he plays the violin, you see. He goes out to the street, he opens it up, he plays it to get some money. Woman came up with tears in her eyes. She goes, oh, when you played Danny boy, you made me cry. He says, ah, are you Irish? She says, no, I'm a musician. Anyway, Murphy got his due. He won the trip of a lifetime. He got a private tour of the Guinness factory to see how Guinness is made. He got so excited, he slipped over a railing, fell into a vat of Guinness, and drowned. He had to bring the news to his wife. She said, oh dear, did he suffer much? They said, we don't think so. He got out 3 times to pee. So the people at home. All right, I got one more song for you. Thank you very much for having me again, and stick around, of course. Stick around. Where are you going? There's a whole program. Of course, there's dancers, and then, of course, a comedian at the end, Stevie GB. That used to be a club in Manhattan, wasn't it? It's a bad joke. Bad joke. Why should I stop now? I should tell the bad jokes all night. Anyway, this is a little sing-along. If you know the words, but you should sing along. There's 3 tunes here, and yeah, we'll do it up a half a step, just in case anyone's feeling nervy. But thanks again, and let's sing me out. My mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low, just a simple Irish ditty in a good old Irish way. I'd not give the world if I could only hear her sing today. Don't you cry. That's the Irish lullaby. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none compare to my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. Everybody, when Irish eyes are smiling, she'll get like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, our world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure to steal your heart away. Yes, when Irish eyes are smiling, sure to steal your heart.
My great-grandfather. My great-grandfather, Jerry Mulvihill.
World-class dancer in his own right.
Yeah.
The Mulvihill dancer.
Hi everybody, my name is Erin and I teach these wonderful dancers at the Mulvihill School of Irish Dance. I want to introduce who's on the stage here. So when I call your name, just give a little wave. We have Emma Ryan, Leanne Ian, her brother Colin Ian, and their youngest sister, Annalise. Teresa Kelly, her sister Gianna Kelly, Jaja O'Brien, Haley Hanley, and her sister Shannon Hanley. And last but not least, Amy Vick. The first dance that they're going to perform for you is a treble reel. Please feel free to clap along. It's lively music. You'll see horseshoes, and then at the end, you'll see some of our youngest dancers dancing in their soft shoes. I hope you enjoy.
Thank
more round of applause. We're gonna now draw our raffle prize.
Thank you to all for the raffle prize.
Winner is 751-717. 751-717. Seven five one 717. Once, twice, bad time to hit the restroom. 751-727. Before I introduce the final act of the evening, we want to remind everybody that there will be refreshments, some of the best Irish soda bread you've ever going to taste. Down in the cafeteria after the show. Folks, thank you all for coming out tonight. And if you enjoyed yourself tonight, tell a friend and bring a friend next year.
And our final act of the evening is Irish comedian Steve. Any Irish jokes? He's not Irish, but he's a comedian, and it's Stevie GB.
Wow, great to be here at the Heritage Museum. I want to thank them for the incredible air conditioning system. Incredible. I'm sweating like Murphy at a spelling bee up here. I don't have any Murphy jokes, okay? And here's another secret. I'm not Irish. I'm actually half Italian, half Greek. I look Jewish. I don't know. My mother was very close with Saul Greenblatt, our CPA, so I'm starting to wonder. It's true, it's true. It's great to be here in Suffolk County. Make some noise, my Suffolk County people. I'm from Suffolk County. I was on the road recently. I was in Nassau County. Yeah. Have you been there? Those people act like we live in Kentucky. It's true. You ever talk to Nassau people? They're like, where do you live? Suffolk, what is it? I'm like, that's right, Suffolk County. Why, we just got electricity last week. I had one guy tell me once, I don't go to Suffolk County. You people are hill people. You live in the sticks. I'm like, really? You live in Hicksville. That's all right. Now we get even with those Suffolk people, those Nassau people. Before they had a GPS, right? They had to ask a Suffolk County person for directions, right? Then they were screwed. Because we'd start out okay, right? Yeah, where you coming from, the expressway or Sunrise? That's it for road names. From there it was make a left at the 7-Eleven, go down to the mobile station, no street names. I even got this one, make a left where the handy pantry used to be. Now I know this area very well. I'm familiar with Smithtown. What's the landmark in Smithtown? Left of the ball. Everything in Smithtown, left of the ball. Right? I asked the guy for directions from Maine to Florida, and left of the ball was in the equation. He was like, oh, it's easy. You go through Connecticut, through Massachusetts, left of the ball, and you're on the Jersey Turnpike. And I know you guys are right at the ball, right? I I don't like to go right up the bull. You know why? You know what's right up the bull? A nursing home, a hospital, and a funeral parlor. I think right up the bull equals death in Smithtown. It's all right. It's all right. It's weird, Long Island. I'm not originally from Long Island. I actually grew up in Brooklyn. Yeah! Imagine me growing up in Brooklyn? Yeah, I got beat up every day. And I went to an all-girls school. I did that joke last weekend, and the woman in the front row went, St. Evans? She recognized it. It's so she beat me up, so it doesn't happen. I really did. I got beat up by girls as a kid. Because I was a skinny, geeky kid growing up. I know it's hard to imagine now. I was a skinny, geeky kid, and the bullies would walk by, and I would fall over from the wind. And they'd be like, we'll let Barbara get him. Yeah, Barbara used to beat me up every day. She'd be like, you can't hit me back because I'm a girl. And I never hit her back. But I told my father, I said, Dad, Barbara's beating me up every day. What should I do? And he said, walk across the street. So I did. And I learned something very valuable that day. Barbara knew how to cross the street. But Brooklyn was a great place to grow up, right? It was nothing but fun and games, with the ball, stick ball, kick the can. But my mother said, no good, we gotta get out of Brooklyn. There's too many crazy people here. We gotta get away from these crazy people. So we moved to Long Island. And on the way out, I was sitting in the back seat, and I saw signs. Pilgrim State Psychiatric Center. Kings Park Psychiatric Center. Centralized the modern crazy people are here. All those places are closed. Where are the crazy people? Nassau County. Yeah. True story. I was 14 years old, folks. 14 years old. I moved from East Flatbush to East Islip. Can you imagine that? East Flatbush to East Islip. Islip. What is that? What is that? There's a lot of Indian names on Long Island, right? Patchogue, Cutchogue, Massapequa. Islip? What's that Indian for? Whoops! Think about it. I think some clumsy Indian must have been walking around. Yeah, what'd you do today, Trippin' Bear? Well, I go east and I slip. Then I go west and I slip. Then I go central and I slip. Finally, I land here. Come on, I wrote that. Ilandia, home of Jake's Casino. Have you been there, Jake's? I go every Wednesday and make a deposit. And I don't know if you know this, but during the pandemic, Jake's Casino had curbside service. It's true. You roll up to the curb and you throw your money out the window. Remember the pandemic? Boy, that COVID stuff. Boy, I was home every day with my wife. Oh my God. People talk about COVID like, oh, it was all bad, right? You know what? I found a couple of good things about COVID. One thing is it got me out of seeing people I didn't want to see. Right? It worked. I had COVID 17 times. And it's always the same. Yeah, sorry, can't come over. Yep, tested positive. But listen, tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving. And while you're at it, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah, I got long COVID. But it was crazy. I was home with my wife every day. I'm married a long time. I'm doing 41 years this year, folks. 41 years. If I was doing 41 years in prison, you wouldn't clap. I shouldn't compare marriage to prison. It's not that good. But anyway, I'm home with her every day. All of a sudden, she thinks I'm handy, like I've developed skills somehow. She's like, oh good, you're home. You can fix that wall. You can paint that. I couldn't do anything before. What makes you think I can do it now? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about tools. For years, I thought Ball Peen Hammer was MC Hammer's brother. Somebody asked me for a Phillips screwdriver, I'm giving them a drink with vodka and milk and magnesium. I don't know what I'm doing. And I was home every day. It drove me nuts. Home every day, watching daytime television. Very dangerous. Don't get stuck watching daytime television every day. I discovered I have mesothelioma. I have asbestos. I'm training to be a medical biller. I don't know how that happened. I got a splinter in my finger, and Solino and Bonds got me $37 million. Oh, and in the case of Shamika Malia Jackson, I am the father. That's better than what my wife watches. 41 years married, folks. I'm convinced my wife is trying to kill me. I'm convinced. You know what she watches? A show called Snapped. You ever hear of the show? Snapped? It's on the ID channel, all right? Snapped. And it's specifically a show about women who murder their husbands. That's the whole show. And it's like a marathon. It's like Snapped, Snapped, Snapped. And she sits there and watches hours of Snapped. And she takes notes. And then she yells at the screen. She's like, what an idiot! Why didn't you put his hand on the cyanide and make it look like a suicide? And you gotta burn the body at 4,000 degrees, and you always buy trash bags at different stores, and you pay cash. It takes about a year to plan a murder. You don't murder somebody overnight. I'm like, I love you. Scary. You ever see somebody in a supermarket that you know, and you don't want to talk to them, so you duck down another aisle to avoid them? Yeah, I know, we've all done that. Yeah, I do that at home. It's my favorite joke. So I'm getting older. I hit the big one recently. I hit a big number. 65. Thanks for not clapping. 65. And that's like a scary age because everyone's like, are you going to collect Social Security? Are you going to go on Medicaid? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know yet. I'm confused. All I know is on those questionnaires, remember the questionnaires, the surveys, where it was like 20 to 40, 50 to 70? 65 is the last box. It's like 65 and over. Over? Why does it have to be over? What's the next box? This one? I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's getting older. I don't know. I learned though when I hit 60, your check engine light goes on when you hit 60, right? I had to replace my water pump and my exhaust pipe is leaking. So things are happening to my body. I don't know what's going on. It's horrible. I pee a lot. I do pee a lot. I'm either peeing or I feel like I gotta pee. One of the two. Last week, I felt like I had to pee while I was peeing. What's that? It's like a little more. Screw it. I'll just leave the rest of my underwear. Let's go. If I'm out in public and I see a bathroom, it's like when a woman sees shoes in the shoe store window. It's true, I'm walking by, I'm like, oh. There's a bathroom over there. That's a good bathroom, I know that bathroom. I'm gonna go. I don't have to go, but I'm gonna go anyway, because I don't know when I'm gonna see another bathroom. So then I start casually walking towards the bathroom, right? About halfway there, I gotta go to the bathroom! I get there, thank God I didn't have to go! This is what's happening. Body parts hurt when I wake up in the morning. Body parts hurt. I don't know what's going on. And you don't do anything about it, right? You just wake up, it's like, the neck today. I did something to the neck, I don't know. I must have slept wrong. It's the arm, it's okay. I'll work it out, sorry. It's the leg, it's all right, I'll just walk it off. It's the leg. Sometimes it's all three. What's for breakfast? Waffles? This is funny stuff and people should be like that. I'm sweating too, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. I can't do the Irish step dance, I'll probably break a hip. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right. I'm getting older. You know, I did discover like 60, when I hit 60, that's officially the age when old people stop saying you're still young. Because when I was 45, I complained, oh, I'm 45. They go, oh, you're so young. I'm 52. Oh, you're such a young man. I'm 60. Denny's has an early bird special, and here's some coupons for the Red Lobster. No one age I'm looking forward to is 80. I want to be 80. You know what 80 is? 80 is the little old lady in the supermarket with her shopping cart blocking the aisle. And I know she hears me when I'm saying, excuse me, and she's over there saying, screw you, I'm 80, I'm not moving the shopping cart. I'm not moving shopping carts, you move it. Like that. My mother-in-law recently turned 80. I love my mother-in-law, I really do. Main reason why I love her, she's got a lot of cash in that house. I know she's got a lot of cash in that house. You know how I know? She still pays with the $20 bills with the little face. Remember those 20s with the little, she still has those, right? Last week she paid with a $20 bill. Andrew Jackson was a 12-year-old boy on the front. That's some old money. She turned 80 and my wife said, you know, she's 80, she lives alone. Maybe as a gift, we should give her that life alert. You know, I've fallen, I can't get up. So we got it for her. She's had it for 15 months. She hasn't fallen once, nothing. I feel like I'm getting ripped off. I'm gonna go over there and throw some marbles on the floor. This is ridiculous. But I thought about it. I told my wife, I said, you know what? Forget the life alert. I'm not paying for it anymore. You know what we did? I put the garage door opener around her neck. And I told the neighbor across the street, listen, if the garage door opens, call 911. I don't know if you're laughing because you think it's funny or it's a good idea, but either way, I'm saving $35 a month. You people are great. Did half of them leave? Because I can't tell. No, that's good. Well, we got time. But I got one daughter, she's still in the terrible twos. She's 37, so it doesn't end. She got married and moved to Florida. My only daughter got married and moved to Florida. Now it's just me and my wife. We're looking at each other like, who are you? You know what they call that? Empty nest. I don't know why they call it empty nest, because she's still there. It's not empty. I'm only kidding. We're trying to work it out. We're doing date night. We do that. It's date night. It's date night. Yeah, I don't like the guy she's dating. That one you like, the stupidest joke I got. But my daughter moved to Florida, got married, moved to Florida, right? And now, all of a sudden, my beautiful 37-year-old daughter from Holbrook, Long Island, has suddenly turned into an 85-year-old Jewish woman from Boca Raton. She calls me up all the time. She's like, Dad, when are you gonna move to Florida? It's 80 degrees today. Bring a sweater, it's a little chilly in the restaurants. So I said to my wife, let's go. Let's move to Florida. We don't have to be on Long Island anymore. Let's go to Florida. She said, you want to move to Florida? I said, yes. Okay. We're going to have to clean out the basement. Oh. I went down there, folks. I got 42 boxes of crap in my basement. Stuff I never unpacked from the last time I moved is still in the boxes in the basement. I counted 42 boxes, and I did what they tell you to do on daytime television. This is what they tell you to do. You got to separate it. You got to separate what you're going to keep, what you're going to sell, and what you're going to throw away, right? What you're going to keep, what you're going to sell, and I did that. It took me 8 weeks. I went through 42 boxes. What you're going to keep, what you're going to sell, what you're going to throw away. I'm proud to say I'm down to 41 boxes in the basement. I'm not going anywhere. I'll tell you this though, next time I move, one floor. I have 2 floors there. 2 floors. It's me and my wife. Here's every conversation in my house. She's upstairs, I'm downstairs, and I hear this. What? What? And I go upstairs. What? I'm talking to the cat. We've all been there. 1 floor. You know, I'm losing my short-term memory. Did I tell you that already? I got a little list, but I don't forget stuff. Oh, look at that. I'll tell you one thing. When I first got my house, I was so excited to have a walk-in closet. Next house, I'll be excited if it has a walk-in tub. That's what's going on with me. But I see a lot of weird things on Long Island. I was driving on the Long Island Expressway. I saw a hearse in the HOV lane. That guy's got a cab, right? There's two people. What's the rush? You can take the slow lane. I love our news station, News 12. I love News 12. I used to love it, not so much anymore, but it used to be my favorite station. You know why? Where else can you get an in-depth interview with Stanley Spadowski of Spionk about the new tractor he bought for his duck farm? Only on News 12. And don't worry, if you miss it, a half hour later, it's on again. It's on all weekend, I watch it. I'm like, look, they're stuck in the corn maze again, they're never getting out. Main reason why I watch the news is the weather. I love the weather. Any weather fan, I love the weather. I can't get enough of the weather. Thank God it's on every 6 minutes. Thank God. And I always do the same thing to my wife. You'll be quiet, the weather's over. We'll have our conversation after the weather, because if we miss the weather, we'll have to wait another 3.5 minutes to see the weather again. Right? Any chance of snow, they go out of their minds, right? They're outside. I'm outside, Bill! We're expecting a dusting! The snow is barely covering my shoes. Look at this. I can't even do a snow angel, Bill, because I don't have snow. I gotta do a snow angel with my fingers. And the traffic is crawling. And you see cars behind them. Shoo! Shoo! Right? And then you go to the map, right? Do we need this much detail on the map? You're nuts with the map. It's 63 degrees in Coram. It's 62 degrees in Ronkonkoma. It's 65 degrees in Kid Park. If you live on 27 Rampart Drive in Hot Park, it's 62 degrees right now. It's 71 degrees in Oyster. What the hell is going on? Are there people at home saying, hurry up, get the kids in the car. It's 71 degrees in Oyster Bay. Crazy. I like the weather in the winter though. In the weather, we get those really frigid, cold days. And they put the weatherman on first. What's that one channel? They call him the Weather Authority. The Weather Authority is here. I always wonder when they get off calling themselves the Weather Authority. That's right. This guy knows his weather channels. The Weather Authority. Where do they get off calling themselves the Weather Authority? Last time I checked, the Weather Authority was Mr. G. The guy on Channel 11. Channel 11, PIX, Mr. G. That's right, Pix 11. But they try to scare you, right? They come on first when we get that frigid weather. They're like, we're having very dangerous conditions out there. Well below freezing. Very dangerous. So if you have any elderly, make sure you bring them in the house. What is it, my job to round up elderly now? I'm asking yeah, we got any elderly? And I think in the garage behind my bowling ball, I saw some elderly. Apparently I gotta bring him in the house now. I'm outside, come on, Grandma, much too dangerous. Get in the house, get in the house. I mean, what an insult to old people, right? They know what, they've survived more severe weather than we have. That's how they became elderly. See a lot of weird things. I was driving on the road the other day. Cars have weird names, right? The Toyota Yaris, the Honda Fit. These are like weird names for cars. I think they're running out of names. You know what I think? I think the drug companies should give their names to the car companies. I can see myself driving the Ford Prozac. How about the Dodge Tetral LA when you gotta go right now? The Chrysler Imodium. You may have an accident, but it won't be in your pants. I'll do this for the old guys. The Volkswagen Viagra. The steering's a little stiff, but you'll drive all night. I'm losing my short-term memory. Did I tell you that already? You gotta look at my list. You know what is scary though? You ever see those commercials for the drugs? You know, they're all dancing, right? Oh, I take one's daily giants, and each day's night. I've never felt the need to dance, and I don't have diabetes. I don't understand that. But the one that really scares me is the shingles commercial. You ever see the shingles commercial? It's like so scary. You're like, you could be going to your daughter's wedding, having a wonderful day. Shingles doesn't care. Like, what? And then they show like these burning, it can happen at any moment. Any moment, shingles, and you see the skin is on fire. I'm like, oh my God. And then it gets worse because they say, if you ever had chicken pox, there's a 99% chance you will get chicken pox. I'm of an age, everybody got chicken pox. My mother put me in a room with other kids with chicken pox so I could get the chicken pox. And now I gotta worry about shingles? I don't want to worry about shingles. I don't. I saw that Jaws celebrated its like 80th birthday, 1975, right? Jaws, the movie Jaws. Great movie. I remember I saw the movie Jaws in the movie theater. Yeah, the movie theater. And to this day, I'm scared to death to go in movie theaters. So now that the pandemic is over, we think, I don't know, we got to ask Dr. Fauci. The pandemic with the virus we think it's over, but we're not sure because according to the science says we have no idea what we're talking about. That's what the science says. No idea. One person gets it. It's all right. But yeah, my wife said she wants to go on vacation. She mentioned that she wants to go on a cruise. Never been on a cruise. Don't want to go on a cruise. I don't like the boat. I'm scared of the water. The whole time on the cruise, I'll be thinking, this thing's going down. It's going down, and this will be me in the water. Until the sharks come, you know? That's it. If I'm going to die, I'd rather die in a plane crash. Outright. I know that sounds a little dark, but hear me out. Here's my theory. One of two things happen in a plane crash. Either splat, you're dead, you don't know what happened, or you walk away, right? Nobody's in the hospital with a broken arm from a plane crash. It's either splat, it's over, or, yeah, let me have a cafe latte grande. I was just in a plane crash. I went down the yellow slide, it was a biscuit. Proof of that, Sullenberger. Remember Sullenberger? Yeah, that guy landed in the Hudson River. Hudson River, nobody died. Everybody survived. It was a miracle on the Hudson, right? And I remember there were a lot of photographs from that incident. A lot of photographs. And there was one picture, I'll never forget it, of a guy on the wing of the plane in the middle of the Hudson River with his luggage. Thinking, only in New York does this happen. Right? What's the scene like? Brace for impact. We're about to land into the Hudson River. People screaming, ah! Oxygen mask dropping! And one guy, where's my bag? Where's my bag? There it is. Come on, let's go, let's go. And then out on the wing, taxi! That guy's a miracle on the Hudson right there. But summer's over, thank God. Thank God summer's over. You glad? I'm looking forward to fall. It's too hot. I don't like the heat. And the other thing I hear about this summer is my wife always wants to go somewhere all the time. She wants to go to the beach. And I know Long Island, we brag about our beaches, we love our, let me tell you something, folks. I hate the beach. I hate it. Because it's always the same. It's like, we're going to the beach. All right, we're going to the beach. All right, hold on. Let me grab the cooler. All right, hold on. Let me grab the umbrella. Okay, we got all this stuff. Okay, put everything in the car. Everything's in the car. You got everything? Okay. Now we got to drive to the beach. It's only 3 miles away, but it takes 2 hours of traffic. You finally get to, how much is parking? $37? No problem. And then you got to park 17 miles away. And you got to carry all the crap. You got to carry it all through the mountains and the prairies and the rivers and the valleys. And you go through that tunnel. You know the tunnel? And you finally get to the beach and the sand's hot. The sand's hot. The sand's hot. All right, how about here? No, that's not a good spot. Okay, the sand's hot. How about here? No, that's not a good. Pick a spot. The sand's hot. Okay, we find a spot. We're at the beach. I say, okay, now what? She says, why don't you go in the water? The sewer, I don't want to go in the water. Even the water doesn't want you in the water. That's why when you go in, it pushes you out. Get out of here! But I go in the water. I'm swimming this way, and I'm swimming that way, and I'm swimming this way. I get out of the water. Now, I don't wear my glasses in the water. I look around. I don't see my wife anywhere. All I see is 100 people that look better than me. Now I gotta walk 15 miles down the beach. I finally find, oh, there you are. I'm hot. Let's go home. Okay. Down the umbrella, grab the stool, grab the roller, get it back to the tunnel, back to the car, put everything back in the car, drive home, sand in my shorts, sand in my shoes. You go to the beach. I'm Stevie GB. Thank you very much for that. God bless you all.